Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Bob's Liquors. Bob's Liquors wants to wish all of their customers a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Don't fret when it comes to buying the perfect gift. Bob's has you covered. Whether you select a bottle of wine or bourbon or even a gift card, something from Bob's Liquors will make anybody happy. Bob's Liquors has two convenient locations to serve you in Ferdinand and, of course, right in our backyard here in Holland. Also, don't wait to begin your New Year's Eve planning. Bob's Liquors has you covered to rock in 2025. Bob's Liquors and the Wondering Dutchman want to remind everyone to enjoy responsibly. Must be 21 or older to purchase from Bob Liquors and always designate a driver.
The Wondering Dutchman podcast,
where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchman podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge.
The Wondering Dutchman. Yeah, yeah. The Wondering Dutchman. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wondering Dutchman podcast, coming to you from Smoker's Lounge. Hello, friends. Welcome back. I am Esquire, and I'm joined here at the table by two of the handsomest devils you will ever see on this side of the Mississippi. Sitting across from me at the far corner, wearing the turquoise turtle and the rose-colored glasses, it's our buddy by way of Richmond, Indiana, David Allen Smoker.
Hello.
Sitting here in close proximity, supporting our friends at Bob's Liquors. You might know him as Big Mace, but we affectionately call him Zachary David Masoner, the pride of Holland, Indiana. Big Mace, what's up, buddy?
Howdy.
Cheers to everyone. Thanks for joining us in real time. We're recording on December 13th, a little Freaky Friday 13th for you.
Friday.
Doesn't feel that way. It's a beautiful night outside, crystal clear.
Full moon.
Full moon, the stars.
Not a good night for stargazing.
Why is that?
Well, it's just what the Weather Channel app said.
Little smoke, cloudy.
Yeah, no, the moon's too bright.
Oh.
Light pollution.
Oh. What a first world problem we
Yeah,
have.
right.
That's crazy.
I think even third world folks can have a bright moon.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Electricity is not as reliable in those
I don't
parts.
believe the money has anything to do with their ability to moon gaze
You just never know.
or meat gaze.
Oh, there you go. So what's been going on, Smoke Dragon? How was the weekend? How was the week since we're recording on a Friday?
Well, last weekend I feel like I did a lot of choring. A couple baptisms we went to, and checked that whole thing out there. That was a good day.
Dip them in the holy water.
That's right. Then we got into the work week, and that was, how that goes. Been real busy. Been a real blur there. Work. Which is good. So I'm ready just to throw her in low gear for the weekend. You know what I mean?
Kind of just glide into it.
Ride the buggy some.
A couple bush lights. Kind of just don't do too much because you don't want to pull hamstring.
That's
just
right.
kind of ease into it.
I do know we are going to, probably after this evening's recording, I'll be flying back from Tampa Friday afternoon in a week. And we got to record that night. Probably going to need wood if it's going to be cold next weekend. So we'll need to figure that out Friday afternoon.
Yeah, that's a future problem.
Yeah, that's a problem for future days.
Current problem, the
guy.
Yeah. Well, not just you, Dave. We're in it together.
That's right.
Current situation, it's comfortable. It's cozy.
Oh, yeah.
It's just picturesque in here.
Yeah. Hell yeah. This is what Norman Rockwell photos are made of.
This is good vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got a couple guests in the lounge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this evening. Happy to have them here.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't, fall asleep, start snoring.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay. I don't know. They got that cozy LP fire by their toes.
It ain't going to take long. You're going to start seeing some eyes get heavy here in about
That's right.
35 minutes.
We got to keep them up with the laughs.
With the laughs. Either that or we'll just yell into the microphones.
There you go.
Big fella, what about you?
Well, today is the 13th
Uh-huh.
of December.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the 10th of December was my birthday.
Yeah. Did you see Dutchman Land? Wish you a happy birthday,
I
big
did.
fella.
Tuesday, December the 10th was my birthday. Turned 38. Lots of well wishes.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very humbled by that. Appreciate it, everybody, for telling me happy birthday.
Yeah.
It was a good day for the most part. 41, 42 yards of concrete that day, all in one
So
big
what's the
pour.
total this week?
Whatever.
At least 76.
Yeah, so 40 some plus I think we did 36 or 7 today. Yeah, a lot of product going down this week.
You ever try to do the math of how much weight in concrete you pour in a week? Because I mean, Dave could probably do the math if we gave him a second, but
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what a yard of concrete weighs.
it'd be interesting.
I
Because
don't
if you
know.
could do that, then the math is easy.
Yeah. It's probably like 1,200 pounds.
No.
You don't think so?
Well, it all depends on
Because if 8 yards is all fit in that truck, that ought to be probably 6 ton, wouldn't it?
well,
That'd be 12,000 pounds.
a cubic yard of concrete weighs 4,000 pounds.
So I was a quarter. Yeah, so 4 times 7, that's
28,000
Yeah,
pounds.
28,000 pounds of concrete.
So that's
there.
14 tons.
Each truck will haul 9.5 yards.
Mhm. Oh,
A
If
lot of
they're
them
full-
guys don't
if
like
they're
to
full.
run that full.
They won't.
They don't like it.
They won't.
I don't
Can't.
blame them.
Because it'll spill out the donut and everything like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you don't want your donut leaking.
If you're going downhill, hit your brakes too fast, shit like that. But
Them guys, concrete drivers
Pros.
are a whole different breed.
cowboys, baby.
They really
They're
are.
good. They're good at what they do. A concrete driver can make or break you. They can
Yeah.
either make you work your balls off, or they can make everything go down smooth.
Yeah.
Big deal, really.
Used to
honestly.
do some concrete pouring in my younger days.
It's good.
And I didn't mind it too much.
My hands are fried.
Yeah.
See.
But them guys, it was nothing like you
There's a lot of people that do a lot better at it than we do.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty good,
Yeah.
but there's
There's guys that can see it
wizards
with
out
their
there.
eyes. They can see it with their eyes. They can feel it when they're floating.
a lot of wizards out there.
It was always a great feeling when the truck was done, and then you think you'd be able to catch your breath, and you're like, nope, there's another one right behind it.
Yeah, we had
some of
one
them big
I think
pours.
Tuesday we had like 3 on deck
Yeah.
because they had to come through the shop, run 4 chutes. We got a screed bar in the middle because we were pouring 20 feet wide.
Ooh.
So we got,
Yeah.
go 6 feet, pull the bar, run another 6, pull the bar, shit like that.
Yeah. We
Pretty rough. Fill your bar trench in. Made it hell on the float, man.
Yeah, that is tough.
Yeah.
We did. We poured a lot down at Holiday World,
Oh yeah.
and I was on a bridge project, and pouring a bridge project is interesting because you're really hoping your corners hold.
They just did the whole new deck down at the park.
Yeah. and
First and Cherry.
we had one that didn't hold one time, and you want to talk about panic because you're just hoping, and we didn't have the
Hoping.
corner.
And praying
It didn't
and
work
wishing
out.
and hoping. You heard that song before?
I think.
That's pretty bad.
But no, I've just been doing that. We've been pouring shit tons of concrete. Had a birthday. Lots of basketball this week.
it's hoop season.
Wild Bill's done after Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep, same situation here with
Eleanor's-
us.
Yeah, our last weekend's tomorrow.
Yep.
Big fella pretty much met his match this Thursday. A little boy from South Spencer came up, and it could have been Max's twin. Actually, this kid was probably about an inch or 2 taller than Max, but he was a big old feller. And
Ain't that kid from the school play, was it?
negative, no,
Kid
they
from
were
the school play.
them two were banging around all game. It was good. One would block one out, and the other one would block the other one out. It was a good match. Neither of them got into foul trouble. They both played well. It was.
I don't want
Good
to sound
time.
like that though. Get off my lawn, guy. But I wish they'd get rid of the 3-point line, where you'd see big man come back and play. 3-point lines ruin basketball, Dave.
We don't run and gun. I mean, we run and gun a little bit, but like it's really cool how the 6th grade coaches have got things lined out with them boys, and they run a 2-point guard set, and it's pretty cool how they play. I mean, they don't the coaches don't scream plays. You know, we've played against several teams already that have done that. Like Louisville, Run Notre Dame, 1.
Oh, yeah.
1-4 high. Shit like that. Screaming from the sideline, stuff like that. Our coaches don't do that. The only thing that our coaches will do, they'll run different inbound plays.
Yeah.
But other than that, they just let the two boys and luckily, this group of kids that we've got in that 6th grade level, they've been playing together since they started this little extracurricular stuff when they were in 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So most of them, the core 5 or 6 have been playing together since they were in 4th grade. But then this is the first year that they've actually consolidated.
Oh, like a cohesive unit
school wise. But we've got 2 pretty savvy point guards that they know what's going on.
We so one year, shout out to our buddy Teddy Hoops. We think Teddy Hoops is still alive. We haven't heard from him in a while.
I feel like I just saw. Oh, I did see him at Williams' game, the previous game coming out. He was in there coaching the gals.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while, but he one year he had tabbed me to coach an 8th grade group, and we had one play. We ran motion, little 3 out, 2 in, and just keep running it.
Yeah.
Because the problem with a lot of these kids, a lot of these coaches, I'm going to get into the coach's corner here. Give me a whistle and a clipboard. But you run all them specific plays, kids don't know how to play basketball. No. They know how to get to a spot. And if you got a team that can play good defense, good man-to-man defense, a lot of times with help defense, those spots don't come open. And then it's like, well, why doesn't it work? Well, because the kid that was supposed to go from point A to point B and supposedly be open because that's how you screened it for practice, but because of good help defense, he's not, then you don't know what to do. So that's where you get in that situation where you're screaming Louisville, you're screaming UCLA, you're screaming Indiana. Like
that's what we were. I keep the book for the 6th grade team, and the guy that was keeping the scoreboard with me, he's like, "I'm pretty sure we haven't missed. I don't think we've missed a team in the Big Ten yet.
Yeah.
Like the play calling, screaming. Yeah, so
yeah, that's tough.
But yeah, no, a lot of 6th grade basketball, a lot of little Tykes basketball. Shout out to the Lady Raiders. They got a big win at home there the other night when we were there against North Posey. They came in with a very impressive record, and they've been playing some pretty decent basketball. But
yeah,
I got the yawns a little dab there.
Yeah,
I got my belly full down there at the Holland Legion.
Dixie's going to accidentally shoot herself with the Red Ryder BB gun.
The lever action carbine. But yeah, just ready to rip.
You shoot your dog's eye out.
Ready to see where tonight's show takes us. What about you, bud?
Well, we finished another class on the road to the NBA.
Save some oxygen for the rest of us.
Right? Yeah. We took my econ final this morning. It was a tough class. A lot of time spent. A lot of late nights this week. But we got the job done. Should come out with another A.
Boy.
So we are 6 down, 4 more to go.
Bless you, my son.
And we'll be enjoying the next 3 weeks of no schoolwork.
Hell yeah.
But it was kind of cute. The kids, I took them to school. I took Ryan to Huntingburg and Zoe to Holland, and they were all like, "Hey, Dad, good luck on your test." And I'm like, my 6-year-old is telling me, like, "Hey, good luck on my test." Sweetie, I've been down this road many times. But, yeah, it's good. It's good to be done. Things are good. Baseball season is right around the corner. I know we're into basketball. But baseball's right around the corner, so starting to look forward to that.
Started his baseball working out stuff.
Yeah, they stay limited contact period started for them. So, and the crazy thing is, I'm playing golf tomorrow, about a high of 44. So
it's going to rain.
Not till later in the afternoon. Yeah, throw frosty balls out there.
Oh yeah, I've totally forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's what I got. But hey, that little warm up is brought to you by our friends at Dubois County Tire and Supply.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. Santa saw you on the nice list. Santa also saw the tread on your tires. If you're starting to get down to the wear bars, don't wait till the new year to get that much-needed set of Mastercraft tires. Snow, sleet, and ice are coming. Don't be driving around on racing slicks. It's a matter of safety for not only you, but those you share the road with. See Zeth and the crew at Dubois County Tire and Supply today. Dubois County Tire and Supply would also like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right, big fella. When you put one-word topics down that you've been wondering about, it kind of piques my interest.
Yeah.
And now that we know what it is for sure, I'm intrigued to see where you go.
Well, what do you? I don't know how other you could.
Well, you could have spelled it right.
I don't like it either.
Ugh.
It's a little too sweet.
Yeah, it's way too sweet. So yeah, we had a recommendation from a nice woman that works at a local. Our main sponsor, Bob's Liquor,
Not a sponsor.
about this. I said I need some cheap ass red wine, and boy, we got it.
Little did we know she had some Welch's grape juice in
She
the back
said
corner.
no. She said this year's been around since I was a kid.
Like the same bottle because it hasn't sold.
Well, no, the brand. The hell was that noise?
I don't know, but Bojangles is
I think it was a
right
jar.
over Dave's
Good
shoulder.
God.
Again?
Yeah,
Where?
right there.
Well, I was kind of wondering about innards and where you guys stood on innards.
Like?
Then let me, because I know we're going to hyperfixate on the one word topic here and wonder what because it says INERDS. I didn't really care how to spell
I thought you
it.
had an issue with nerds, like
Yeah, nerds.
mathematicians. And,
No. Innards. I didn't know how to spell it. Innards. But I was thinking, last weekend I went to the YMI in Huntingburg, and I had a plate of chicken hearts. And I love chicken hearts. I eat the shit out of chicken hearts. Tonight we had gizzards
Mm-hmm.
from the Legion. And then, so basically, there are different ways to eat innards.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't know this, but did you know that, like, if you have gout, like, you can't eat innards?
Probably because of the high fatty content of them.
Well, or uric acid, because that's what
Yeah,
it comes from.
the uric acid.
Yeah. So, where you guys stand on them? Like, do you dabble in that kind of stuff?
I mean, I'll eat a gizzard or heart here or there. I don't ever order them, but I mean, if there's some out there, I'll have some.
I'm out on gizzards. I don't like the texture, but I'll do hearts and livers.
No, Dorothy Smoker makes a pretty mean liver and onion, beef liver.
Yeah.
I've had heart tacos plenty.
Heart tacos?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Go into that one. Paint me a picture, Picasso.
I mean, you just chunk you up a heart and throw it in a crack pat, and
Like a
Really?
bunch of little chicken hearts or like a beef heart?
beef heart.
Oh, okay. Are you talking chicken specifically?
No,
or?
no. Broad spectrum here. I wanted to get into the other innards too, like on the pigs and the hogs and the cows, because there's a lot more of them in them big animals.
Yeah. Chickens, hearts, and liver. Beef innards, pork innards, probably not.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't get into pork innards too much.
What would
Really?
you get from the pork innards? What are you eating from the pork innards?
Head cheese,
Oh, no,
liver-
see, I don't
liver-
dabble into any of that.
head cheese, liver sausage, blood pudding or blood sausage, stuff like that. Now innards. Head cheese is obviously, it's more than just head meat. So like people, they throw kidneys in there. They throw all kinds of stuff like that in that pot when they're making head cheese. But I don't know if you,
Now, where do you settle on tongue? Is that an innard or an outard?
that would be, I don't know. That'd probably be more of like a muscle.
Are you a beef tongue guy?
Ooh,
No, Grandma makes that too.
lengua.
I got a beef tongue story.
Lengua.
So, old feller, he's since passed. Old James Joseph Mundy.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got some grandkids may listen to this bad
Jimmy.
boy. But old Jimmy Joe had a tradition. When he went over the river to Cincinnati to watch a ball game, you packed beef tongue. It was an old family tradition from when he was a kid. So when they'd go to Cincinnati, they'd pack beef tongue. That's just what they had. And so we, when I worked for the Parks Department back in the high school days, towards the end of the season, Dale and company, we'd take an afternoon and we'd go to Cincinnati, catch a game. And he brought beef tongue, and that's the one and only time I've had beef tongue. But because I didn't want to be that guy that didn't partake because it was a family tradition, and I'm not about letting traditions die.
It's like a labor of love when you're making lengua, because it's like there's a process. Like you got to pressure cook the shit out of it,
Yeah.
then you got to skin it, then you got to scrape it, and then you slice it. And like I've had like the Taquero El Año, the local taco truck around here. They make lengua tacos And they also make tripa, which is like the gut, the beef gut. And I've had both of those in taco form, and they're both very quality. But it's just a lot of what have you ever heard of caul fat? Do you know what caul fat is?
CULL.
Caul fat is whenever you, like, if you're skinning a deer and the intestines would be basically like encased in this spider web looking thing.
Okay.
And you can take caul fat and wrap like your innards in it and make like a sort of like a it kind of looks like that. That's caul fat.
Oh,
And so like you can take your like
so
a
you
lot
kind of make it like a pork rind.
no,
fried up.
no, they take their burgers, like you take a burger patty,
Uh-huh.
and then you wrap that burger patty in caul fat, and then you grill them like that, and it just adds that, like, the texture and the richness of that caul fat will like render into your meat. It's just a different way, old style eating.
Well, they didn't waste anything in the old days.
No. So deer heart, a lot of people throw them away. I have taken 3 deer hearts this year.
Yeah, down at the Bushlight Butcher and
Bush Light.
Yeah, down there at the meat tree on 1025. Like, I have harvested
meat tree.
I have harvested 3 hearts from deer that I have not taken.
Did Corey give you?
Yeah,
Did he?
yeah, and I love it. Like, I just eat the shit out of it. Like, I'm
Taco
all
form or?
no, I just skillet fry it,
Mm.
flour and butter and some garlic, and just let her eat. Cast iron skillet.
What's the taste?
Minerally, earthy. Obviously some seasonings, you know. But it's kind of
Like, do you
earthy.
slice it before you fry it?
Mhm.
Kind of like thin slice?
yeah. Yep. It's kind of like eating nickels or not nickels, pennies.
Oh,
Sounds
Pennies.
terrible.
Yeah. No, it's
I've not had any in a
it's
while.
not that bad. It is minerally. Like, it's a very
Is there any way to get
earthy.
some of that taste out of that?
Mm-mm.
Just what
because
it is?
it's literally, that's what that's for.
Yeah, gotcha.
Pumping blood.
Well,
And you know how
no,
blood has that taste.
Iron, I think, is
It's
what you're looking
Iron.
for.
That's right. Yeah.
attaboy, good call.
But that, and then so, like, you've never had pork kidneys?
I can't say is it.
Oh, goddamn! You take them fuckers and put them in that head pot, like when you put the head in there.
Yeah.
When they're boiling that head meat out, you take the pork kidneys and you have them, and then there's like you got to cut the bad spots out of the kidneys,
Uh-huh.
and then you take a coat hanger, a wire one, and then you run them kidneys through. You run that coat hanger through them.
You kebab it.
Basically the kidney halves, and then you wire it back together, and then you hang that hook on the side of the pot.
Like down in the...
Yeah, that way the kidneys are down in there cooking with the head meat.
Okay.
And whenever you think they're done, then you pull that coat hanger out, and those kidneys are hanging done and cooked. That way they don't get lost in the pot. And that right there, buddy,
Nobody likes lost kidneys,
that's
Dave.
good shit.
Dave's
You would
face-
like it.
Dave's face right now is one of intrigue.
No, you would understand. You would like it. I guarantee you would like it. Like, you, as long as you didn't put too much thought to it and just eat it,
Yeah.
yeah, you'd be fine.
And the hanger taste.
You ever eat testes or anything?
Yes, sir. Lots.
I have not.
Really?
Mm,
Not even like turkey nuts?
Never.
I can, woo boy. I can get down on some of them gobbler balls.
You
that's
like
for sure.
gobbler balls in
Yeah.
around your face.
Now, listen.
Kind of like that raccoon that broke in through your house with that hole.
I do really, really like. So I helped
Now, do you
local.
consider that innards or is that a muscle too?
The
I don't-
testes?
More of a gland, huh?
No, it's a nut.
Well, I mean, it ain't a tree
Testy
nut.
is a gland, technically, right?
No,
Are nuts glands?
no. Testicles are not glands.
How would they not be glands? They produce stuff, don't they? Isn't that what glands
Yeah.
do?
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't think you're right. But I mean,
Well, the two nurses don't seem to think that they're glands.
Because
Yes, testicles are glands. Locations. Testicles are a pair of oval-shaped glands located inside the scrotum, which is a sac of skin outside of the body. So they wouldn't be an innard. They would be an outered.
Okay.
But yeah,
don't
no,
wanna get
so-
too personally.
Yeah, the testicles.
I guess it depends on the weather, though. Tell you the
Yeah,
truth.
that's true.
No shit. Right
Or
now,
if you didn't-
mine.
If you didn't have one that
look like a little
descended-
box turtle hanging out there. Anyway, so I help Travis Leisner and Randy Leisner. We would, cut bulls and all that pan. I just have a big ice cream bucket or 2 or 3 gallon bucket full of bull nuts, like just steer balls, and they're like.
They're not that big. though.
No, they're probably nothing bigger than like this beer can.
Girth.
Kind of like a golf ball.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Well, the process of getting them ready to cook is kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like you got to cut the scrotum
you got to
off.
jerk the bowl off first.
Yeah,
You want to drain the testicle.
you got to cut the scrotum off, and then you got to skin them because there's like a really,
Yeah.
really, really tough membrane that goes around the ball itself. Get rid of that, and then you slice that nut, and it's almost like a yellowish color that it's almost spongy looking. Like it's like
Okay.
it's really hard to explain, but you roll that in flour and butter and fry it. I mean, it is good.
Vas deferens and all, huh?
Yeah. No, you cut all that off
Okay.
How do they castrate their bulls?
with a knife.
Oh, they go that route.
Yeah, you just make a small cut in a sack, reach in there and you pull them off, and you just pull them out.
Sure, the bull appreciates that.
Yeah, they bellow pretty loud.
Yeah. I
Well,
would
they're
say
not
so.
bulls; they're just little calves.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they're big. Well,
Well-
I got invited to help flank calves one time for cutting, and I was scared. I mean, them some bitches weighed more than me. And this Travis was like, "Just grab it, Mace, grab it, flank it, flank it." And that some bitch is, going like crazy and scared me to death. He's up on the horse, lassoing them some bitches. And he's like, "Grab it, grab it, grab it." There's videos. I'll show you sometime, but.
Oh, good God.
Scared me to death. But
Yeah, that'll
anyway,
happen.
I don't know. Just I was thinking about that as I was plowing through a plate of hearts, and
I don't get too exotic on that stuff.
I do. I like it. I think
Now-
it's neat. Kind of taboo eating, but I enjoy it.
How do you eat your chicken hearts? A little hot sauce, a little
Yeah,
ranch?
Definitely. No ranch, just hot sauce. Frank's all the way.
I love a good liver with some ketchup.
Make me gag.
Chicken livers.
It's like fried pudding. I'm out. I'm not a liver guy.
The gizzards is just that
I
texture.
could eat gizzards.
Geezer. You're going to eat a geezer.
I could eat a lot of gizzards before I could get through a liver.
Think about this. How many chicken hearts do you think you had tonight?
None. Because the Legion doesn't have hearts anymore.
He had a breaded pork tenderloin.
I had
Oh, that's right.
I had gizzards tonight.
Gizzards tonight.
I single-handedly ended the lives of several chickens.
That's what I'm saying. Like the
Yeah.
scale of what
that
it
just goes
takes.
to show you. I think
Now,
on-
where does a gizzard reside in a chicken?
up here in its neck.
I was thinking it was somewhere in that neck of the
It's the muscle that grinds the shit in its craw. So like a bird,
It's a very good
a
description.
chicken will go and eat grain out of your feeder.
Yeah, just peck.
They'll peck it, eat it up. All of that food that it eats goes into its craw, which is a pouch in its neck.
Is that what a crawl is?
Yeah, you got a little itch in your craw. Yeah. Then,
But I think that's a different crawl.
no, it's the same.
I always
that's what
thought
it's
that was
referencing.
somewhere below the waistline.
Negative. No.
Yeah, that's what I always thought
No.
too.
So then
What's
that
stuck
chicken.
in your crawl? God dang! I just heard that today.
You're welcome. Then that chicken will go into your root, like you in your run or somewhere in your chicken pen. You're supposed to have either gravel or sand,
It'll eat rocks,
and it'll eat rocks.
and then it grinds it.
And then that stuff, the rocks will get in that crawl with that stuff, and then the gizzard is what makes that move around.
Now, how do they get the rocks out?
Well,
That's how the eggs are made,
They
Dave.
stay in there.
Forever?
No, they poop them out.
Well, yeah, it
It's not
grinds
like
them.
it's
So
it's not like it's
leaves the
tubes.
gizzard. It leaves the gizzard.
the gizzard that never comes in contact with this shit.
I thought you said the rock.
The crawl is the sack that this stuff stays in.
I know. Then the rocks go in there, and then the gizzard grinds it up.
Yeah, from the outside.
Using the rocks.
Oh,
Think of
So,
your
so
gizzard's
here's
kinda
your
like
gizzard. Here's
tonsils.
your sack.
Mhm.
You see what I mean?
And your hands are
World
gizzard.
class.
Yeah, this is the gizzard. This
And
is
the rocks in your
class.
fingers.
yeah.
World class.
It just grinds them.
yeah.
I'll be damned.
See, that's where what grinds your gears comes from too.
No, I don't.
I know.
That ain't right.
I was just throwing it out there.
That ain't
Yeah, but yeah, got something stuck in your
Yeah,
craw.
going in her.
Yeah, there we go. Hey,
I'm all in.
who'd never guessed that nerds turned into innards in
What
that
you got?
conversation? So it's that time of year up at my place of employment that a little train carries boys and girls and people of all ages on a little magical, whimsical story called the Polar Express. But what we find at the resort a lot of times during this season is the complete matching pajama sets from old Gam Gam to the newest addition to the family.
Yeah.
And boys, it's tough because you see some fellers that would be probably our age in the game, sporting the whole PJs, being a team player.
Yeah, yeah.
And conversation on Fridays always resorts to, could you do it? And we see all types of pajama wearers. We got the classic flannel plaid. We had some Grinch wearing ones today. And there was a feller that, if he's a fan of the show, I feel your pain, but the green and white Grinch breeches that you had on didn't do you any favors.
Yeah.
So the conversation really circles around, could you do it? Could you not do it? I get doing it to be a team player, but I just think there's a line in the sand, to be drawn.
I've been to the Polar Express 8 times.
Do you dress up?
Never. I'd never.
You see a lot of people, though.
You're 100% right.
They are to the T dressed up.
I never dressed up when I was riding it. But there were my kids, they all wore matching ones along with their cousins. And they had their names. They were personalized jammies, and it was a big deal. And it's not that I disliked it. It's just that it was it was time to,
It's a tough thing because it's for the kids. But when
Yeah.
you've got your 80-year-old grandpa dressed up in flannel pajamas, he's only got one mode, and that's Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to ask him to extend his night into however late it goes.
Right.
We had one feller, you could just see the look on his face, was just hated every minute of it. He was in the back of the line, just anything he could have done.
Well, guys, have you done it before?
No.
Yeah. One time.
Yeah.
One time, I think. Right? Once or twice.
Yeah. So when you go on there and you get the hot chocolate and you get the goddamn the guy takes your ticket,
Puncher.
tickets please, and then all that shit comes running down on you and gets in your cup, and the cookies are so bland that a diabetic could eat it without dying, and stuff like that. It's a great time, and
It wasn't worth the ride. The wait
No.
wasn't worth it. It was like 2 minutes up and 2 minutes back.
No, it was longer than that.
It wasn't much.
Especially when you get stuck in that diesel fuel infested tunnel right before you get to the North Pole.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that's an old diesel train.
Yeah.
And that sumbitch is going in there and you going through the tunnel. And then whenever you see Santa, everybody wave at Santa. You've reached the North Pole. And then that sumbitch comes to a stop.
And then you see
got-
like the bathtub somebody throwed over the hill there.
Yeah, and then you got to back to the station. And you got to go right back through that tunnel that's full of all them diesel fumes. And, of course, they got them heaters cranked going on in them cars.
You got to keep them kids warm.
them passenger cars, and so all them diesel fumes are just sucking right back in there. It's a tough spot, but it's for the kids.
Janelle asked me.
It's all for the kids.
Janelle asked me probably every year, hey, you want to go? Nope.
You should do it.
I've seen so many unhappy faces. It's kind of like the Disney World thing when you see them leaving,
Yeah.
and you could tell they just didn't have a
So
good
we-
day at the happiest place
We
on earth.
parked at one or two times we went. We had to park at Springs Valley High School in the
Yeah.
football parking lot and get on that bus and ride the bus from over there to the depot.
Yeah.
And somebody had either shit on the floor
Whew.
or something in that bus.
That is a good welcoming.
And then they put those like bug bombs, those
Mhm.
fumigation foggers. they had let one of them go with some sort of like steroid strength napalm Lysol in the bus there, which caused one of my children to projectile vomit immediately when we got on the bus on the floor to add to the shit smell. So we got sugar cookie hot chocolate combo vomit all over the floor of the bus. And this poor black man was like, "It's all right, folks. It's all right, you know." And Justine's just having a stroke, freaking out that, you know, oh my God, my kid has just puked everywhere. And I'm like, "Honey, just get the off the bus. Let's go. Just get off the bus. They've got puke kits. Don't worry about it. Let's just get her off the bus. We got to get off the bus before she pukes again, because not only does it smell like napalm strength Lysol, now it smells like Evelyn's vomit. Like we've got to go. Like we got to get off the bus." So we get off the bus, and then we're coming back through Hillham. Before you get to Hillham and like Blue Hole Road back in there, like turkey shit, you know, like the turkey shit
down in the valley.
Blam! Here we go again. Round 2, sugar cookie vomit. This time in the van.
Oh boy,
it was a rough time, guys. You know the
No wonder you guys ain't been back.
It's a wonderful time. Yeah, it's a good time. The Polar Express is a Christmas miracle that you know everybody loves, and it's just you know, it's a good time.
But when you start asking people about their experiences, you really find a lot of stories similar to yours, to where it's, "I'll never do it again. It was fun once, but I'll never do it again."
And those poor actors on the train that have to go up there and rehearse. I know 2 kids that did it, and they made a little bit of money doing it. You know what I mean?
Little walking around change,
a little walking money, and they got on. You know, they would do the hot chocolate, hot chocolate. You know, stuff like that. And I mean, I could pretty much sing it verbatim if you wanted me to, because I've been so many times. But yeah, I loved it. It was a great time. All 18 times or 8 times. Yeah.
So if we get matching pajamas, would we do it for an episode?
Not with a bunch of kids. No,
just like us 3 here.
Like we'll do an episode. We'll do
matching episode.
We'll do like a Saturday morning episode
Matching
with coffee
jammies.
and jams.
I've been wanting a pair of jammies.
You know, they do make adult jammies that are like onesies,
adult size. Like our adult size.
Yes, extra large footy jammies.
Not enough X's for this old boy.
Not that's only 2 X's.
For sakes. I wasn't going to say XXXXXXXXXXXX large.
Well, you could have gone 6X and simplified the process.
I don't know if I could do footed PJs anymore. I remember them being awful slickery.
No.
Well, we ain't running a marathon.
They got the damn...
they got that non-slip grip, like the socks you get at the hospital.
Yeah, right there. See, men's big and tall. Onesie plus-size jammies.
There we go.
Look, we can do all kinds of stuff.
Now, I don't want to go in there looking like Dr. Gonzo or whatever.
Who the hell is Dr. Gonzo?
I don't know.
Never heard of him.
Not familiar with Dr. Gonzo.
How about Perry the Platypus? What do you think about that? Got a little dong for a tail here. Let's see what
that's not necessarily pajamas. That looks like them furry outfits where you get together with
Holy shit, we got a 4X Snorlax here. All kinds of stuff. Looky here, boys. 4X Gengar, Snorlax.
Maybe we could find a sponsor for them. And
you could probably get away with a 3X, Casey. You're not that big.
No, not that. We're working on that.
Mike Wazowski, 3X.
The one-eyed green guy?
Off of Monsters, Inc.
No, that's made for a fat feller.
Yeah, we could do that. We could probably do it. I would definitely do it.
Are we talking Halloween costumes or just PJs?
Just PJs.
That's what some plain ass PJs.
Damn, stupid ass shit.
Yeah, PJ. People that like do the traditional PJ, like you open up like an LL Bean, and you see some stock model in like pajamas. That just seems like a lot to go to bed in.
Well, I don't think it's for bedding in. I think it's just house lounging.
Man, I slept in my socks last night. You know how sometimes I told you I get weird and sleep in socks?
Yeah.
Did you at least have like skivvies on or just socks only?
No.
White crew socks pulled all the
As
way
many
up.
kids that come in and out of our room at night, Jesus Christ, you imagine the PTSD them kids would have to face if they seen my little pecker laying around there naked in the
In
bed.
the turtle shell.
You know?
Well, speaking of kids coming in, so it was
Terrible.
last night, probably
Terrible.
3:30 or 4. Ryan goes to Janelle's side of the bed, and all I hear was, "Mom, we didn't put on chapstick before I went to bed."
God, you idiot.
And Janelle goes,
Freaking idiots.
Janelle like comes out of this
What a
slumber,
bunch of deadbeats.
and it's like, "What, Mom? You didn't put we didn't put chapstick
Losers.
on before bed."
Call CPS right now.
So,
If you don't have Aquaphor applied before 9 p.m., I'm calling you in.
so Janelle gets up, and I just pretended to still be asleep because I told her,
Yeah, you would. You fucking non-existent father, you. Jesus Christ.
because I told her
I'm
when
calling right now.
Because I
Hit
told
pause.
her when I got the old CPAP on, it's hard for me to hear anything.
Go to bed, Zoe. It's not chapstick time.
So she gets up, and I asked her, and I was like, "So Ryan just need chapstick? Yeah, come in and just need a chapstick applied."
Where we at on that one, dipshit?
Yeah. So tonight he got chapstick applied and
You're
everything's
damn
okay.
right he did.
Oh, kids are the craziest.
Eleanor comes in for all the silly stuff like that too, and then Evelyn, Justine's created such a monster with Evelyn and this whole bedtime shit that it's like such a routine now.
Yeah.
It's like if we can't do foot lotion, wet rags on your face, tuck in at least 3 or 4 times, like it's just a shit mess. Yeah.
Well, before we get to Dave, we're gonna take a I don't know what Dave's doing right now, but we're gonna take a quick pause for the cause, brought to you by our buddy Justin Love and Love Excavating. Love Excavating is proud to sponsor this pause for the cause. Love Excavating wants to thank everyone for a great 2024 and hopefully an even better 2025. If you have a commercial or residential project, Love Excavating can handle it. From installing and repairing underground utilities, downspouts, footings, land clearing, drainage, and rock and sand hauling, Love Excavating can help you. Your friends at Love Excavating, including neighbor Doug, want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Brother Dave, what you got, brother?
Here's what I've been wondering about. Now, this may be a little older for you fellers to know, but have you ever heard of a movie called Look Who's Talking? And
Can't say it I have.
all right, it's about it had John Travolta and some blonde broad in there, and the baby talks. What about
I do
Who's-
know what you're talking about.
Not Who's the Boss? Boss Baby.
I got one better for you.
Okay,
Baby Genius.
Baby Genius is a perfect. It's just like Boss.
It's
Baby.
100% of a better.
Yeah, good call. Whatever you call it.
Good call.
But what I'm wondering about, I got to think about this. Do you ever talk to yourself in your head like your inner monologue? you
All
know?
the time.
3,000 times a day.
Okay. And I told you I was at a baptism last weekend.
Washing away that original sin.
Uh-huh. And at one point in time, the baby boy there, he was sitting with one of my boys and or maybe Jenna, and then one of my boys sat down with a piece of cake. And
In the church?
no, this
Oh,
is at
okay,
the post
Post-baptism.
baptismal.
We've already been
dinner.
washed of original sin.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Catholics don't eat in church. Okay, so you know that.
But you could see Nolan's eyes. He's seen that on there, and he zoning in on this ice cream cake.
He's
And
the
you could tell he was-
baptizee.
Yeah, you could tell he's thinking about it. I don't know what he was thinking, but he was zoned in.
How old is this kid?
2 months. But he's just intrigued. You could just see him thinking.
Yeah.
And then I get to thinking to myself.
You said self?
I says, Self, what language do you think he's thinking in? Because if he don't know how to talk yet, and he's only 2 months old, I know he's talking to himself. But how the hell does he know English?
You know they have the secrets to
The universe.
they have the secrets to the universe too.
According to the
All before
genius,
like William
the baby
does.
genius.
William had it until yesterday.
Why was yesterday?
When did he lose his tooth?
It was about 3 or 4 days ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he had him all the way up until then.
Where do you get that from?
Baby Genius.
Have you never seen Baby Genius?
Obviously, if I'm asking the question, the answer is no.
So, babies and childs, they have all of the secrets of humanity
Part of the innocence.
into their
Okay.
they know. Like kids know,
Like when and how the world was made.
and the whole works,
yeah.
the whole God and everything, until they lose their first tooth,
And then they can't understand.
and then
baby
it's like the neuralizer on Men in Black. It's gone.
according to that movie.
That's a fact, Jack.
Okay.
Now the deal is though, is I really wonder, and then, I mean, that gets you thinking like dogs that are brought up with English speaking people, like if they find somebody's not speaking English, are they lost too?
Well, some people train like legit German shepherds in German.
My sister was involved with a fellow back in high school. She dated and everything, and
Plots.
his stepdad
I mean, stop.
Sit.
and
Okay.
mom did that, and they taught like police dogs, and that was all.
Oct. Fui. That's what Cody Bird used to scream at Esther all the time.
I'll be damned.
Oct. Fui. I mean, like, no, drop it or whatever the hell. I don't know. But
I'll be damned.
then friend of the program, Jason Haycox with Silo Ridge Excavating, he was a former canine officer, R.I.P. Maya, and that dog was a machine. And that dog, he trained, I think it was trained in German as well, or
Yeah.
or
A lot of them do.
of some sort of.
Why do you think they picked German? Just because it's a German Shepherd?
No, most people don't know the language.
Well, like Belgian Malinois were obviously from Belgium. You know what I mean? Which was a German-speaking nation.
They must be an interesting dog, the Malinois or whatever.
Malinois.
Yeah, they must be interesting.
It's like a German Shepherd and a Corvette on meth. Like a German Shepherd is a bigger framed dog.
The Malinois
A German
is smaller.
Shepherd in a Corvette, or a German Shepherd and a Corvette?
Yeah, like if a German Shepherd and a NASCAR had a kid,
Okay.
and then that kid did meth. That's what
Oh,
a
that's where it's
that's
at.
what a Belgian Malinois.
So the
is.
German Shepherd and the Corvette have to get together
and have a kid.
because when a Corvette and a German Shepherd love,
really
each other
Yeah,
and get married, they have
Gervette babies.
Gervette babies. Yeah, makes sense.
and then do meth.
And then do meth.
Corman Shepherds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're nuts, man. Like this dog bit through, like didn't bite through, but I had my arm in a bite sleeve,
Uh-huh.
and she was bite trained as well as like a detection canine as well,
Yeah.
like an apprehension dog. And that son of a bitch come up and probably Michael Jordaned me from the free throw line, and I had bruises on my forearm through the bite sleeve.
Well, did I ever tell the story
Pretty
about
wild.
working down there at the Vandenberg County Circuit Court, and they brought an old boy in that went and hid in a bean field,
What an idiot.
and they said, "Hey, we're going to release the dogs unless you stand up and give yourself up." And
He said, what? Bring it
did.
on.
yeah, because it's funny because this is in the early days of like body cameras and all that other stuff. So you hear the handler clearly say, "I'm going to turn it loose unless you come out, hands up,
Moron.
I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to open the door." And you hear he goes, "I'm not joking. Like, we got you surrounded. We're going to get you no matter what. You can either come out, okay, or we're going to turn the dog loose." And you hear him say, "Okay." And he goes, 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. And you hear the dog, "Ow!" just like
Yeah.
chases on the case shit. And and then it's not, but like
That's a Paw Patrol
10
reference.
seconds later, you hear this, "Call the dog off! Call the dog off! Oh, God, it's got more!"
Oh, yeah, man.
And so they bring this guy into court because the defense attorney was arguing like lower the bond. So they played the tape like, "Judge, this is how we got this guy. Like, we believe he's flight risk, whatever." And his guy's sitting over there and he's got his arm and it is ripped to shit.
Oh, I bet.
And he looked like he'd been beat with they didn't beat him with a stick, but like his body language was, "That 75-pound dog took me for a ride in the Gervette and it wasn't good."
Babies. So, that
But
is
I
a
think there's
wild deal.
There's an interesting thing though, like with twins and kind of this understanding that they have. Like, that's weird, but it's kind of the same thought process here.
Because it's before their language skills kick in, I think.
Yeah. If I was a betting man, I would say a guy would probably know. I don't know. Your mind is so.
You only use what, 10%? That's what they say.
Your mind is so like
Charted,
tainted as a baby like that. You know what I mean? So you could just imagine what kind of thinking. Now, according to my friend Cesar, I asked him if he speaks to his dog in English or Spanish, and he says Spanish, but sometimes English. And this dog's name is Eli, and he is a Chihuahua, if you could imagine.
I was going to guess Chihuahua, but I didn't because I didn't want to.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
Do you speak to Eli in English or Spanish? And he says Spanish and sometimes English. So
he's bilingual.
he's
The
a
dog
bilingual
is
dog.
So that's a pretty good dog then.
Yeah.
Janelle will say that Chihuahuas are some of the worst to work on in the vet world.
We had a Cheagle, and he was something else.
A Cheagle, like an eagle and a Chihuahua got together.
Chihuahua
An
Beagle.
eagle?
Chihuahua beagle. How did it bark? Did it do like the beagle? Arr!
Hey, bark, bow wow. Hey, bow wow. Hey, bow wow. That's what
Woof, woof,
hey,
man.
woof woof man. Hey, vato.
Hey, Jolo.
Hey, bow wow. Hey, bow wow.
That's a
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, bow wow.
But no, Dave, I think to your point, there is, I have inner monologue a lot, talk to myself a lot of time in the truck, listening to stuff and a lot of conversation. But yeah, I think everybody does. But kids are on a different wavelength when it comes to things. They know more than what we give them credit for.
I'll buy that.
I mean, kids do. And we ruin them.
You're right.
That we ruin kids? Well, especially because we don't put chapstick on them before they go to bed. So they wake up at 4 a.m. and need chapstick.
Shit.
Burt's Bees. Burt's Bees is the official chapstick. of the Lindemann
We're a
House.
Really?
giant tub of Aquaphor.
Yeah, we're
people.
We do that
big
too.
time Aquaphors family. Yeah, Aquaphor, and then some other this bougie shit that she finds somewhere. I don't know.
Vaseline.
No.
He gets out of his sock drawer.
Yeah, no. That Astroglide. Do you talk?
Do you talk to Astroglide?
No. Well, I'm asking Cesar if he speaks to himself.
Well, let's just call him. Ask Cesar if he wants to be on the show.
No.
Why not?
I don't like that last time.
Well, you cut it out.
Ask him.
We didn't have his previous or his
Permission.
prior.
Well, texting's fine. It's
Ask
good
him.
content.
Just ask him.
Okay.
Just ask him if he wants to come on real quick. Say hi. Okay. Well, are we ready for Choice Cut?
Let's
We're
do
ready
it, baby.
for choice cuts.
Do it.
It is time for the Merkley & Sons Choice Cut Questions of the Week, brought to you by Merkley & Sons.
The fellows at Merkley & Sons want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year in 2025. As you digest your Thanksgiving meal, it's not too early to start planning your Christmas and New Year's dinner. Whether you're thinking about beef or pork, you can't go wrong as long as you stop in at Merkley's. Also, ladies, don't forget that the special man in your life really only wants Merkley's bacon for Christmas, and maybe a box of seasoned patties to go with it. Get over and see Bradley, John Boy, and Eric today.
All right, fellas, because we are staring down the barrel of Christmas, I've got some Christmas-themed questions for us. What's your favorite Christmas movie to watch every year?
A Christmas Story.
Okay.
Christmas Vacation.
I know what his is.
Go ahead.
Miracle on 34th Street.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, that's it.
Are you opening presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning, or both?
Normally Christmas Eve with the in-laws, Christmas morning with what Santa brought for the kiddos.
Christmas morning.
What's the best Christmas gift?
What's your answer?
Oh, we
You
do.
never answer.
Well, as the host of the show, it's about you two guys. I'm just a team player here, cog in the wheel. We do. I don't think we open on Christmas. Maybe some select things on Christmas Eve, depending on who's there. But we're kind of Christmas dayers.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best Christmas gift you've ever received?
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Did you propose to Justine
Very
on Christmas?
next day, you threw it away.
That was actually a good filler of void there. Rocking around the Christmas tree.
I don't know. I got a pretty sweet set of doors for the side-by-side this year. And I can't remember if it was my Christmas or birthday, but I think it was Christmas one year. The in-laws got me and I use it like a sumbitch, but got me a Milwaukee drill and impact set
Oh, that's nice.
back in the camping days to ooga-dooga my jacks down.
Yeah, that's nice. What about you, big fella?
I got a Blackstone one time for Christmas. That was really, really awesome, and I still use it a lot. I got a Green Mountain Grill smoker from my parents that I use all the time. I mean, I've gotten so many really cool Christmas gifts through the years that nothing really lots of guns. Lots of guns that I still,
That was going to be mine.
lots of guns that I still have that I got from my dad that I don't.
My first shotgun was a Remington. Still got it. Remington 870.
No, somebody in the audience said that your best Christmas present ever was your son Wyatt.
Well, he was a belated Christmas gift, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, because he was born
Conceived
in December.
or born?
Well, Wyatt was.
He's a September baby.
I would
So
say-
there we were.
Yeah.
On a warm December night.
laying by the fire on the bear
Wearing my bear
sheepskin
rug.
rug. She looked at me and I looked at her and I knew it was on like Donkey Kong.
I had it in the bag.
And then 30 seconds later, we were done and I was eating chips, drinking eggnog. 9 months later, Wyatt was born.
Oh,
She told me to keep the Santa hat on. So yeah, the Remington 870 was a cool one as a kid. I think it was my Camp Chef smoker was a Christmas
Oh,
gift,
yeah.
Mhm.
and I love that thing. What's your favorite holiday treat or dessert?
Man, my mom used to make these Christmas cookies, and they were green. They weren't sugar cookies. It was I can't even explain it. Some of them were pink, some of them were green. But it's those.
I don't like Springer Lee's because they taste like black licorice.
In-laws make or my
What
mother-in-law.
the hell's
now.
a Springer Lee?
It's a.
German.
I'll bring
cookie.
you. I'll bring you some.
It's a German cookie.
They roll like it's a whole because it's got to be the right consistency. So it's an interesting cookie, and it's got a design on it.
Mhm.
And they do put the licorice in it. But they, when Bernie and Kay would make them, they would have like almost like you see them guys pour those bridge decks, like where they have I don't know what the right contraption is, but kind of it stays on like the guardrails and it lays down what they need.
Yeah.
Like that's how they'd roll it to get the right consistency.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll see if I can get you some.
Yeah, Springer Lee is just like a German.
We do a pretty healthy cherry delight on Christmas.
Oh,
goddamn.
And we love cherry delight.
Yeah, my mom. Yeah,
Do you guys do Elf on the Shelf or skip it?
no.
Have you ever done it? I guess too.
Oh, our elf shows up every year. It used to be at day after Thanksgiving. Now, the older he gets, the closer to Christmas he comes. He just don't have it.
We
in
didn't have Elf on the Shelf, but my mother and father-in-law had a Snoop on the Stoop.
him. I saw him.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. We don't do Elf on the Shelf.
no.
We do tell the kids though if they misbehave, the Guggenheimer kids are going to get their presents. And everybody that hears the Guggenheimer kids, they're like, "Who are the Guggenheimer kids?" And I can't tell you where that story comes from, but I can just remember as a kid, my dad, them damn Fritzy and Francie, I think, are the Guggenheimer kids. They're going to get your gifts. You don't start behaving. Like, who the hell are the Guggenheimers? We don't know no Guggenheimers around here. That's what it is, the Guggenheimer kids. What's the best Christmas song of all time?
Silent Night.
That's a pretty good one, especially when there's a little snowfall and it's quiet and you're sitting there with the.
Or the
Little drummer boy.
Yep, that's. I like that one, and then I also like the. Gosh damn it! The Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Mannheim.
When they've
Steamroller.
that one.
Yeah, you got that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That one.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, if you close your eyes, it almost sounds like you're there. Gene Autry, sings a lot of good ones. That's my go-to, like Pandora list. I'll do Gene Autry, Classic Country Christmas.
I'm a big Bing Crosby guy.
Yeah.
That neck of the woods.
I will say one that I do like a lot is the one from Christmas Vacation, the Mickey Kalika like a.
Laka is a place. It's a Hawaiian Christmas.
What's a family tradition that you've kept alive since childhood?
Opening presents in a age progressing order, youngest to oldest.
I'll be.
That was a big time deal on my mom's side with my cousins on that side. Like you dare not open a gift until it was your turn. Everybody went one at a time, and it was youngest to oldest.
It's all fine and dandy until you get a real old granny or grampy that might not have that much longer left. Like, good grief, let them open one last one.
Well, I know they get to order them or open them. Yeah.
Hopefully.
I don't.
Well, they're not going to. They never died at Christmas.
Yet.
Well, you're right.
People die every day.
Yeah.
I always, as a kid, we went to Grandma and Grandpa Lindemann's down on Van Buren Street across from the YMI. And so I guess that's one tradition that stayed alive because we go to my dad's house, which is obviously my kids' grandpa on Christmas Eve. So I'd probably be the one. Have you ever gone caroling?
Yes.
Like old school?
Yeah.
No,
I've never gone.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to this year?
Gonna have to find time.
It's not
Yeah,
too late.
Dipshit already promised us to go tree hopping at all the people that.
You're welcome, Logan Clark. Let's see here. Is there a Christmas tradition you've always wanted to try?
No.
I've never done a tree hop, and I always thought it would be.
You've
neat.
never tree hopped?
No.
Well, we're gonna tree hop this year then. Well, yeah, we are. We're gonna have to.
Oh, damned.
I
I
don't-
never heard of a tree hop till I moved here.
I don't know if there's. Probably the caroling, because I think it goes back to the old timey thing when
Mhm.
people still cared about their neighbors and you went out and sang some songs. Last one's going to get kind of emotional, but what's your most cherished Christmas memory? Not, it's sentimental, I guess.
I think it would be more of a tradition to me, but like, so all of my grandparents are passed on,
Uh-huh.
and the old school tradition, like pre-Justine, pre the warden, like when I was a kid, Christmas Eve, we'd go to church at St. Peter's Lutheran Church in Standale, Indiana, and we would do our Christmas program. And then after that, we would go to my mom's parents, Grandma Marvin and Mary, and we would obviously bring shorts and a T-shirt to wear
Because
because
700 degrees.
because their wood stove in the living room would absolutely melt the skin off your face just from being in
Old
the-
school sweat lodge.
Yeah.
You probably know what that is, Dave, due
Yeah.
to your heritage.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we would go there and we would have ham and potato chips, ham sandwiches and baked beans.
Yeah.
And then we would open gifts and then we would race home to go to bed. And then we would wake up Christmas morning, open gifts with mom and dad at home with my brother, just us four. And then for lunch, we would go to my grandparents, old Wild Bill and Grandma Lois, and we'd go up there for lunch. And then that evening, we'd go over to Granny Batch's, my great grandma's house.
Huh.
And that's what we did forever until, those cherished folks passed on. But I think those old school traditions as a child were very, very cool and very important. I'll never forget those. And then obviously when me and my wonderful wife met, when I was basically adapted and added onto their
I think adopted was the word you were looking for,
Yeah.
not adapted.
adopted, joined into their little traditions, stuff like that. Whenever her great grandmas were still alive and stuff like that, and then those were good times, man. Yeah,
Good deal.
gotta cherish.
Dave, what about you? Cherished Christmas memory?
I don't think I have one.
Oh, boy.
I mean, nothing comes to
Christmas with the Cranks, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, bah humbug.
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay,
I'm
good.
going to
Good deal.
say it is the kids opening gifts. on Christmas morning. That is a memory that I hope I never forget. Is they are excited to rip through and tear through, and now that they've gotten older, because when you experience it when they're real young, it doesn't hit. But now that Zoe's older and Ryan's older, like they come and wake you up, and they're excited.
God.
And
Granny Dina's house with Justine's little sisters and Angie's girls.
yeah,
When Mary, Kate, and Ashley, when that stuff was going down, like when that got real popular, and one of them got some sort of gift, and everybody was like, "Ooh, Mary, Kate, and Ashley," like real loud and shit. That still today gets brought up.
Yeah.
Like if somebody opens a really cool gift, and they're like, "Oh, like I really like it," then that like, "Oh, Mary, Kate, and Ashley." Maxwell lost his mind one time when we got him a Fortnite blaster Nerf gun, which I think Wild Bill probably has now. But he was like, "It's a Fortnite blaster!" Like just screaming, Like that's the kind of shit I think's really funny. Surely your kids have lost their mind over a gift before.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Yeah.
there is one thing I'd want to go back to. My dad explains when he was younger, and they did the traditional midnight mass at St. Mary's.
Oh yeah.
And he would say that 90% of the crowd was drunk. And he said it was just a blast. You could smell the booze on everybody, but it was an old school, like classic midnight mass.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be cool because I think St. Mary's now does like 9 or 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. But
Yeah.
there we go. Hey, big thank you to Merkley and Sons. We appreciate them, guys. Some final thoughts as we come around the table, brought to you by our buddy Chad Blessinger and Blessinger Insurance. Our buddy Chad Blessinger of Blessinger Insurance wants to thank all the new and existing customers that trusted Chad in 2024 with all their insurance needs. With that said, December is a perfect time to take a look at your insurance portfolio and make plans for 2025. Whether you added an addition to the house and need to readjust your homeowner's insurance, or you need to double check your amounts on your life insurance, Chad is ready to help you. Chad wants to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and Chad stands ready to assist you for all your insurance needs in 2025. All right, Smoke Dragon, what sage wisdom do you have today?
Well, I reckon it's about travel time of the year. Everybody's going to be zipping around places, trying to get everywhere they got to be. So, mind your six and watch your blind spots and be safe and get home.
Big fella?
I'll piggyback off of Dave. Heaven forbid it happens every year, but unfortunately, when you get to around this time of year, people die every day. But it just seems like when they get around the holidays, not to be all gloom and doom and whatnot, but
A little reckless sometimes.
it happens, And just yesterday, I do believe down on State Road 68 in Warwick County, there was a head-on collision causing a fatality that was caused potentially, I do believe, according to the news, by a sleepy driver.
Oh, no.
And, sleepy driving is equivalent to drunk driving, according to what they say in the news and whatnot. So take a nap.
Before you drive.
Yeah, before you drive, not while you drive.
No, that's tough. Yeah,
It's not a good deal there. But other than that, guys, Merry Christmas. And Happy Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Shinduist or whatever you do there. Merry Christmas.
Big thank you to everybody that makes this show possible. Not only these guys, but Bob's Liquors, Dubois County Tire and Supply, Love Excavating, Merkley and Sons, and of course, Blessinger Insurance. This holiday season, if you know of somebody that doesn't have something going on, or maybe their family's not coming in because where Christmas falls on that midweek, be a good neighbor. Open up your home if you're close to them or you're friendly. Like if it's a complete stranger, don't open up your home because you might not have anything left in your home. But always do that. I always felt like it was important. Like down in school, somebody wasn't going home for Thanksgiving. Like, hey, Mama Lindeman's going to make plenty. Like if you want to come put your feet under the table, you're always welcome. Be neighborly that way. And also just enjoy it. Take time to slow down and just enjoy the holidays. And, because it's wild. It'll be Janelle's first without her father because he passed in January. And like you said, you don't know, no next Christmas is guaranteed. So take the time to enjoy it. Turn off the TVs, turn off the other shit, play cards, play dominoes, play board games, listen to the Wondering Dutchmen, maybe not with your kids around, but, maybe it'd be educational for them. But, yeah, just do that. And then, obviously, during this holiday season, keep them prayers up for those people battling the big C and fighting that fight and, people that are working too. The resort was an eye-opener because 24/7, 365 are two nurses in the crowd know what's like to work on a Christmas or Christmas Eve. And, I'm blessed to be in the position I am where I'm not going to be there, but there's people that's the day they're scheduled to work and they're taking time away from family. So if you're going somewhere or you're doing something and somebody else is there working, be extra kind.
That's right.
There we go. Hey, with that, fellas,
Dutchman out.
see you.